Happy birthdays as well. You always find the latest courtyard permanent solution. Out of the box.
Hello and welcome to Radio Waves by todderbert. In front of us we have the AudioCrazy Vintage AM/FM tabletop radio with Bluetooth and auxiliary input. You can find this retailing on Amazon USA for $45.76 and represents a pretty cool bargain. Now I can see you look at this picture going, that looks kind of familiar. Yes, it does. It looks like a Sangean tabletop radio that just came out. I think their 50th anniversary. I don't know the exact model number, but it does. It looks like exactly like it. Does it perform exactly like it? Probably not, but it does a pretty good job. So let's look at this AudioCrazy. Got some bullet points here. What does it say up there? It says AM/FM radio, Bluetooth 5.0, auxiliary in playing, bass boost. Okay, that's cool. Really neat dial. I love the dial. Pretty cool. Just like the style in general. Awesome. Down here, Vintage AM/FM radio. Combines timeless design and modern functionality. And then there's your long model number. I'm only going to give that once. So what else is on this box here? Got the same bullet points from the top. Picture. Top of the box. AudioCrazy. Crazy for audio. Let's see what we got over here. We got weight. Oh, that's good. I was looking for the weight. We got it in grams. 1,728.6 grams. There you go. There's your FM band, your AM band. So 2-band radio. Pretty straightforward. AC power only. There's no battery backup in this thing. Because, it's a pretty big radio. For those who are tired of little radios, here's a big one for you. And where is it made? Wow, couldn't have guessed. There you go. And okay, we're done with the box. So let's toss this aside. And let's bring out the star of the show. It's rather heavy at 1,700 grams. Bringing it in. All right, there it is. Now there's a cord behind it. So I'm just going to kind of lean it on an angle, I guess. So I get that figured out. Can hold it up. There you go. Review done. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, we'll put it on an angle for a moment. But yeah, there's an AC cord that's permanently attached. It'd be nice if it came off of it, but that's all right. So here's our catalog instructions. Now, the thing about this is you have this huge radio and you have this little tiny manual with, guess it, super tiny writing. What in the heck? You know what? We're not even going to bother with the manual. So, well, wait, I might bother with that first page. I think it has product specs. I think that was what was on the box, but we'll just kind of zoom in there. Because this is going to be impossible to get into focus. And on this, yeah, this is really tiny writing, guys. Like micro writing. Look at that. Okay, that's like probably about 5 inches away from the lens. 6 inches. Yeah, okay. Done. All right, so we get the radio. Awesome. Like I said, that AC cord back there. There you go. Okay, it's a wooden cabinet, which is really nice. Let's go over the dimensions of this bad boy. So we have a length of 9 3/4 inches. We have a height here of 6 1/4 inches. And then we have a depth front to back of 5 1/4 inches. That includes the front of that tuning knob all the way to the back antenna spot on the radio here. There you go. There's your antenna. Pretty cool. Look at that. Yeah, it's a beast. I'll be able to lay it somewhat more flat when I get the thing unraveled here. Let's do a size comparison real quick. This should be pretty easy, right? Let's see. I got a CC Pocket in the house. Yeah, awesome. That's current time, 11:58 p.m. Central Standard Time in Chicago, Illinois, USA. For the sake of any band scans we do, there you go. It'll be pretty basic if we do any. Here's a Skywave 2. Just give you an idea if it's right where the speaker opening is. Nice. And of course, you don't have those. What do we have handy? We always have a deck of cards. Yeah, Iron Man. He's the man with the master plan. He's crazy about radios from China land. He's Iron Man. Who loves that mock Sangean radio look, man? Hey, if it saves you a couple $100, I'm all for it. As long as it performs the same or looks the same. This one does pretty well. All right. So, let's talk about features of the AudioCrazy model number. Too long to say again. This is the Vintage AM/FM tabletop radio. Awesome. So, as you can see, it's got this wooden enclosure, which I find really nice. It's not bad. The wood grain looks kind of interesting. It's kind of has a ripple pattern to it. As you can see, kind of going across there. It doesn't have a ripple feeling to it, but it's got a pattern. There you go. It's kind of that veneer look, right? We get the idea. It's MDF, with just some veneer on it. And then we got the back panel's wood as well. But nice to see a bass port. It actually needs some more low end, but that's for just the radio portion. We'll get talking about that in a second. There's a feed on the bottom. There's hard plastic feet. There you go. Going to the front, we got this fabric covering, which is nice and even, which I like. Yeah, that's not bad. And behind here, we have a 3-inch speaker, which sounds really good. Here, our dial is fairly accurate and tunes really smooth, direct tuning, which is great. And this dial lights up really nice. You'll get to see that in a second. Super even lighting. You'll see it's awesome. Down here, AudioCrazy, we got a pilot lamp. That's cool because it changes different colors depending on what you're doing. When you're in radio mode, it's green. When you're on auxiliary input, it's red. And when it's Bluetooth, it's blue. Kind of cool. Auxiliary input jack, 3.5 millimeter. Headphone jack, it's a 3.5 millimeter. This is not stereo, just so you know. No hiss, actually, which is really good. On FM, expect weak lows, moderate mids, strong highs. That's with the bass boost all the way to the max setting. So it needs it. It needs that bass. When you're on MP3 or Bluetooth, it doesn't need as much bass. You can turn it down. It's real heavy on the lows and strong on the mids and about, I'd say, moderate on the highs. So just know that. I don't know why you'd use a Bluetooth or auxiliary input, but in case you do, it's a whole different story with the headphone jack. But an AM is nice. It's a low neutral tone with the bass all the way to the max. And you can make it as thin as, and we're talking super thin. You'll hear that in a second. It's probably the thinnest sounding speaker I've ever heard when the bass is turned all the way off. I don't think I've ever heard it so thin. Anyway, fun stuff here. But yeah, there's your headphone jack. Mode select, we got Bluetooth, FM, and AM. There you go, Bluetooth, FM, AM. I guess we'll leave it on AM for right now. Maybe we'll go to Bluetooth. I don't know. We'll go figure it out. But anyway, bass control, as you can see, it's just a linear pot here. It works kind of like a linear pot too. You'll get to hear that in a moment. Volume on off. Not sure if it... oh yeah, of course we're not plugged in yet. I'm like, why isn't it turning on? Oh yeah, it's not portable radio with a battery in it. It needs to be plugged in, dude. Anyway, our dial, bring it up here. Like I said, it's evenly lit, which is nice. Our dial is 87 to 108 on FM, and AM is 520 to 1710. Get over so you can see the numbers. And it's got a red indicator. Like I said, these numbers light up real nice when we plug it in. On the back of the radio here, we do have the FM antenna, which is really nice. It actually clips in place, and then you can unclip it. Extends out to 32 inches, which is nice. And of course, swivels any direction you need to, which is really handy. We have a transformer back here. And I notice the transformer does not get warm or hot to the touch. And it doesn't really have much of a buzz or hum to it. So that is a first. Because if you don't recall, I don't know if you've watched my channel for a long time or if you're a new viewer, but the last AudioCrazy radio I reviewed, it wasn't that great. I had a transformer issue that was running a little too hot. On the back, there's some micro printing, even on your own radio, and you can barely make that out. Looks like a model number and some frequency information and caution. You can barely make out, but you get the idea. Your AC cord coming out the back, which is permanently attached. I guess you won't lose it. And of course, you got Phillips screws if you really want to get in there. I don't think you want to, though, but you could. All right. There is an internal ferrite antenna as well, but I don't know the length. But it's pretty decent as far as pulling power goes. We'll go ahead and undo this, and we'll go ahead and plug it in. Now, FM, you can expect a decent rating. I always go through all the stations, see what I can find. I rate it 5 tiers. Fair, okay, good, very good, excellent. This one scores about the above average of good, 3-star rating. Average is about okay to good, which is about 48 stations found. I found 60 with this radio. So let's plug this in. All right. So yeah, off camera here is plugging it in, getting things ready. All right, here we go. We can lay it kind of flat now. Move that cord off there. Get it out of the way. Awesome. So there we go. Okay, so let's go turn this on. There's Bluetooth mode. Okay, that's the connection sound, I believe, on Bluetooth. But we're going to use auxiliary input, I think, for this one. Yeah, why not, right? But like I said, the FM is pretty nice on here. Like I said, it's a 3-star rating, 6 stations found. And of course, selectivity, I give it good as well. So sensitivity and selectivity is in the good category, which is awesome. I mean, that 32-inch antenna is really helping pull in the FM stations. You're going to find quite a bit. In daytime AM, I give it good for locals, okay for semi-locals. It's got a weird snapping to it when it tunes in and out of weaker stations. You'll get to hear that tonight in this video. It's just the way it is. I'm not a fan of the AM band unless it's a strong station. You'll hear it. But otherwise, overall, I'm pretty impressed. So let's go ahead and go auxiliary input. I got a Sony MP3 player here, which we'll set up. Well, handheld dude. Now you may have one of these. A lot of people are going back to these. I guess Sony just made a new MP3 player you can buy. I didn't know that. I was watching some video, and I thought that was pretty cool. I don't know where you buy it. Probably Japan only, but here we go. We're gonna plug this in. Doing it on camera. Hello. Okay. And then we'll have it off to the side there, and run this cable around to the front and plug it in. Auxiliary input. That should change to red. It did. Okay, cool. So let's turn this down. So we're gonna jam too loud. Bass up a little bit.
7, 6, 5,
Okay.
4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
It's nice, super quiet. There we go. Hey, and I found a way to prop it up. I just saw a AA battery laying there. Seems to help. It's not quite level. I tried to level the tripod, but it's not going to help unless I lift this higher. But that's as good as we're going to get. So, yeah. So there's the MP3. Let's go ahead and unplug that. Back to Bluetooth mode. Bluetooth does work, as you heard. That's awesome. I mean, I guess I could show that to you too. It's the same music. Looks like solid. Here's the phone. Let's hit the button here. There we go. It's funny. I'm playing Hyperspeed, the song, and like some motorcycle went zooming by like Hyperspeed. All right, so this color is turning a little wonky. I don't know why that is, but we have Iron Man to bring it back into balance. There we go. Yeah, interesting why we're doing that. Let's just see. Let's keep it off to the side, maybe. Iron Man will help balance. Yeah, go Iron Man. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to the AM band. Let's just go zip through it. We're not going to be moving this radio back and forth. Forget that. We'll just zip through the dial, and then we'll do final thoughts on this bad boy. So, yeah, I mean, I really like it. I don't know if I showed it, like the profile of it sitting up on the table. But that's kind of like the looks like sitting up. And, of course, you know, we're looking at it from top down because it's the only way I can film this. And we got a little battery here. Kind of holding it up. I think it's going to hold it up. Yeah. Does a pretty decent job. Okay, so yeah, let's hit the AM band. So our selector here, we're going to go to AM, so FM, AM. Dial light, sweet. Look at that bad boy. That looks so good. Wow. All right, so we're at the bottom of the band. We'll just tune up, and then here we're here on FM. Final thoughts.
It's better for West Virginia if you close down their coal plants and people out of work and tell them to learn a code. According to you, in your mind, that's saving West Virginia?
Is raising costs.
Is it saving them on energy
We know
access?
it's raising costs.
Is it saving them on jobs?
You can talk across me all you like. You are raising costs.
We're not going to take morality lessons.
So it's got that weird, snappy sound to it. I'm not a fan. But strong stations, it seems to be okay, especially during the day.
Became a supplier of military goods to the armies of France and America.
Griffin can hit a stretch here where he gets going. There's some bats in the lineup, but they probably have to get one more, and they probably need to get one more hammer. But I'm telling you, like you said, they tend to allow guys to go deeper in the playoffs. If they can somehow snag a wild card, I would not want to deal with Schemes, Keller, and if Jones can get back to what he is, they could be one of those teams.
That bass knob is working really well. You can get this. This is a really bass-heavy station, 670 to score, and yeah, it's really, you can really tune out that low end. I like that.
Where you can start 4 to 5 starters, like we saw in the World.
I mean, you're right.
That there would be witnesses to it, basically, that we could trust to say that it was destroyed.
Getting into there in every one of these, pretty much.
Yeah.
And and the one you didn't know, I'll tell you, because no one else is going to know either. The Decca record, that was the Tangiers doing "Remember Me."
So we have the tuning LED, which is nice, turning green.
There's a Tangiers on class, I think.
Okay, this is like a silicone. That was a hard plastic. Okay, soft touch right there.
But
Yep.
yeah, this one came out on Decca, and yeah, I've got 3 more. The next one.
CFZM, Toronto, Ontario, 460 miles, and that's actually that way. This radio isn't even pointed the right way. I have to point it like that way to get even better.
Rather breezy and cooler on Thursday with sunshine and some clouds. We'll have highs ranging from 66 at the lakefront to 78 well inland. And then another warm day on Friday with times of sun and clouds and a high near 80. Then turning cooler today, George.
S'occuper de ces bonnes âmes, parce qu'ils ont une vie bien plus longue que la nôtre. J'ai
860, CJBC, Toronto.
Il me regarde des fois comme un collectionneur de timbres. Un peu ringard. Fait que je me dis, OK, je le regarde dans l'école de Marseille où nous sommes, puis peut-être qu'à un moment donné, je vais faire.
With the Atomic Energy Commission or its equivalent being witness to this process and event.
Probably 890, Chicago. WLS.
Thank you for your attention to this matter, President DJ.
It picks up quite a bit. It's pretty sensitive. It's just that this in and out tuning is really odd.
I was going head first no matter what. $1 a year and choose from all 3 major 5G networks with one locked-in link. And I figured local affiliates, whatever. But
America was well ahead, but suddenly it didn't seem to be ahead.
The reception was completely different.
That would have been 1940.
That the plowman
and the treader of grapes, him that soweth seed. So what does that mean? That means the land is going to be so...
I think this is 1160, local, WYLL, Hope for Your Life, Christian radio.
We as the church will take part in, along with the redeemed nation of Israel. That's satellite envy.
For the threat of World War III, well, I now use my bomb shelter. I use more
Okay, you get the idea, right? If it's strong, it sounds good. If not, you're not hearing anything. So let's just zip this real fast. Coast to coast.
He was getting old and punchy. And impossible to know what's true and what isn't. What's going to happen and what is. And then.
I think that's 1610 CHHA, Toronto.
The channel, they gave it to me for free, but the rest is on Apple TV.
Okay, so let's go to FM. That'll be more exciting. We're going to go ahead and clip a wire to this. And then, yeah, we'll have some fun. So we'll zoom on down. We'll go to FM. And then we're going to hook up, like I said, a wire. Now, so I'm in a subfloor basement. And just extending this antenna isn't going to do enough. So we're going to pull this up. We're going to hook up like a 22-foot wire, Kato T1. I'll have links in the comment section to the radio and for this wire. Yeah, the radio's totally worth the money, guys. This is a lot of fun. The AM isn't great at night. It's okay. I mean, if you have the patience, it'll be fun. Look at that dial, though. Man, I love that. Oh, the battery. I need that battery. Come here, dude. All right. It's helpful. All right. Definitely. Okay, I got that going on. You guys can see what's going on. Okay, good deal. Good enough. All right, so FM. I'm not sure what's going to do. I did notice it tuned 8775 in, which I was pretty surprised. Usually, all these radios don't do it, but this one, micro steps, I guess.
Not much meat on my bones and a whole lot of long.
Okay, those who know, who are living in the Chicagoland area, know that's 8775, low power, Me TV. Yeah, it's cool. It's coming in great.
And for each full hour lesson.
Not only to get people saved, but also to make disciples of them. Prepare people for the ministry of the Word of God, not only just in your daily life.
It needs the bass for on the radio.
For ministers, those who are developing into
Not so much with Bluetooth, like I said, or auxiliary input.
God has called me to do, and I love doing it. So, again, welcome. So, well, I don't feel like
humility, so many of the virtues. And so we don't worship her, we don't pray to her, idolize her in that way.
His government is unable to disarm the Hezbollah. Story so far.
20 minutes past the hour.
Video shoot. You can check those out on Jamie's Facebook page.
Doesn't it seem odd that everything has an end? A brand new car won't last forever. Computers crash, cell phones die, and careers end. This also applies to...
Barely hear it. WDCB Jazz. Yeah. That's what I like. I listen to a lot of that.
Till I can't sing.
Champions League campaign, having lost 3 of their final 4 matches in Serie A. They missed out on a top 4 finish by a single point. Mexico's President Claudia Sheinbaum has agreed to allow Iran to be based in...
Ever my love, you are still my God. It is wonder dirty.
Trying to get tuned in. This is 93.9, so you can see the accuracy is pretty good. Like I said, the dial accuracy, I'm going to say is fairly decent. Average, yeah.
God we believe.
Good music. I can't hover.
That's 8152.
Picking up lots of faint signals too.
Everyone, and University of Maryland Global Campus can help you reach your goals.
A new ink on your skin, red lips in the dark.
Yo veo que usted nunca ha sido de buena suerte en el amor, mi querido.
All right, we're done. Sweet. Yeah, I just want to do a close-up on that dial. Yeah, that thing is awesome looking. Oh, yeah. That is sweet. That makes this radio. I mean, wow. Heck yeah, man. And then plus being AC driven, I mean, the tabletop, you have like Bluetooth auxiliary input are always ready for you. That's fantastic. I really like that. Okay, that's probably what I'm going to mention in my next likes, dislikes, and final opinion. I think I'll just leave this on like that. That makes sense. Okay, cool. So likes, what do I like about this? This style. This style is awesome. Look at this thing. The fit and finish is actually pretty decent. The veneer isn't perfect, of course, but none of it's ever going to be. But otherwise, fit and finish, the knobs feel good. Everything clicks in place well. The plug is really nice. It's good. This is a good cable, actually, by the way. I forgot to mention that. I'm always nervous about dodgy AC cords from China, but these AC cords aren't bad at all. So, yeah, liking that. Speaker audio, boom. This sounds really good. With the bass boost here, this helps. They call it bass boost, but pretty much tone control. Yeah, when it's all the way over here, it's sounding really good, especially on talk AM radio and definitely on music here on FM. So yeah, you're going to be using this quite a bit, positioning it how you like it, just your listening habits. Some people don't like a lot of bass, some do. So nice to have that as well. That was my fourth or fifth thing, bass control. Dial light, can't be understated how cool that is. A wood enclosure, I think I mentioned that, but yeah. AC power, like I just mentioned. Auxiliary input, Bluetooth, as I was all excited about, which is, I'm glad they have it on this radio. Not just a simple AM FM radio. They also have auxiliary input, which, is making a comeback, which is physical devices, which is nice to see. And then, of course, you have your Bluetooth, if you so desire, your podcast, but right on here, I think that would sound great. Having a headphone jack. Okay, that's a nice thing too as well if you want to listen in private. I wish it had stereo, but that's a next thing I think. I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but the price is good. For $45, it's a good value. Definitely, I like the price. So, dislikes and wants. Well, improved station locking on AM. As you heard, it was like a big mess. Especially in the evening, it was very hard to lock in unless it was a super strong station. Yeah, you're going to kind of get that with this as well, unfortunately. What I'd like to see here too is a shortwave band. Yeah, that'd be cool if they added like say 3.2 to 22 megahertz. That'd be amazing on this radio. That would just add that extra little panache to it. I think a little extra bit, icing on top, cherry on top of the icing, whatever. You know what I'm saying? That'd be nice. So overall, it's a great radio. It's a nice vintage style tabletop, and it gets my recommended vote all day long at $45. And in the meantime, you could buy this and save a couple $100 off that Sangean model. I mean, seriously, yeah. I think I recommended the Sangean model I found it. I'm like, hey, check this out. And then I'm like thinking about it, and I saw this, and I'm like, wait a sec, I wonder what the differences are. So if I buy that Sangean one, I'll let you know. But I'll bet you it's better. The Sangean one probably has stereo. It probably has, on the headphone jack, it probably has better AM tuning. Just because it's $200 more, you expect that. So, but there you are. But yeah, it gets recommended by all day long. Hope you enjoyed the video. Give me a like if you did. Cool tabletop radio. For those who are like, I need a bigger radio. Here you are, George. You got a bigger radio. I don't know if his name is George, but I'm going to call him George. He knows who he is. One guy who always says he wants a bigger radio. Well, here you go. This is pretty big. Yeah, so this is fun. 2, if you like these AudioCrazy radios and want to see more, subscribe to the bell icon. Maybe I'll get some more. Maybe I'll be crazy enough to get some more. These are pretty cool. I mean, this one is really impressing me. Like I said, the first one I reviewed wasn't so impressive, and I was kind of not pulling the trigger on this one just because I wasn't too sure of the brand. And I don't know if any of you have had good luck with this brand. Let me know. Maybe some model numbers down below that you like, and maybe I'll check them out on the channel, because this is the second one I reviewed. So yeah, this one scored a great score versus the other one that scored a not so great score. But here nor there, you can check out that video if you'd like. Maybe I'll have it in the iCard section. Maybe I won't. Just depends. I remember. All right, so there you go. Yeah, just definitely comment. Let me know what you think about this radio and if you're going to add to your collection. All right, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next awesome video.